Alright, yo, what's going on, Splitmind? It's your boy Q. I'm back again with another video for you guys. Today we're going to be switching everything up a little bit. I'm not going to be doing a beat tutorial. I'm not even going to really be doing a tutorial at all today. I've been getting a lot of comments from you guys asking for my mixing template slash like engineering recording template. And for those of you who do not know, when I came out to LA, I actually started engineering. I knew how to mix already, but I started engineering for these artists that wanted to pull up to the studio. And it just ended up opening a lot of doors for me, the team, and everyone else. We started getting major artists to pull up like Warhol, Guapdad 4000, and a lot of other people. And honestly, if I could give you guys one quick tip right now, if you want to come out to LA, I'm telling you, learn how to engineer and mix vocals. I'm telling you, it's going to give you so many more opportunities. And like I said, a lot of you guys were asking for this, so what I'm going to do is just give you guys the template in Pro Tools, FL, Ableton, and Logic. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a stock version for each DAW and also a Waves version for each DAW, which is what I personally use. This video is probably going to turn out a bit short. Before we break down the template, I just want to let you guys know, head over to drumify.com/Quinton-Bobbitt. I will have the link in the description below. But currently I have my loop kit and my brand new drum kit that I just dropped. If you want to hear demos of any of those kits, just go to the Drumify link and you click on the actual kit and there will be a demo video. And of course the vocal template I'm dropping will be available there too. I'll also have the link first thing in the description below. And of course if you guys DM me right now on Instagram, I'll give you a 30% off discount on any kit you want from me. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is just show you guys some of the songs that I actually mixed and engineered myself with this template.
Leaving my impression. I'm the first one made it out my hood, and that's impressive. Cartier my vision, and that skeleton like treasure. Fire him down, chalk him out, bring the stretcher.
Why you leave me down like that? Play me and I found right back, yeah, yeah. She want another round like that. And we been puffing loud like that, yeah. Driving around the city on the watch and
they gotta bring back the real again. Some of the people can feel again. Remember when I wanted racks on racks, but fuck it, I want some millions. Come from the cold, I can chill again.
No, I'm not taking no else. Hopping up for it, I'm speeding off. If you get caught up, then don't tell. Use your brain before we take it off.
Alright, and here is the actual template that I use. I have it pulled up in Pro Tools, and like I said, basically everything is waves. Alright, so I have my record track right here with just some basic effects on it, just some super simple mixing. I don't really do anything too heavy on the record track. And it is just bust out to the output track, which is just the default output. And I have 7 plugins right here. So I start out with Auto Tune, which is just the Waves tune. And I have it initially pulled up at D sharp minor for some reason. I don't know why. Doesn't really matter. But you would go in here, change the key to whatever the song is. And then, of course, you want to adjust the speed and the note transition. I usually keep my speed somewhere around 20 and the note transition probably somewhere around 10. The next thing I have on the record track is just a little noise suppression, which is the Waves NS1 plugin. Super simple. All it does is just take some of that noise in the background out if there is any at all. And then I start the chain with a de-esser just to get rid of some of those harsh high-end frequencies. And then after that, I have what I call like my shaping EQ. This is where I shape the sound of the mic and the sound of the artist's actual voice. And the reason I call this the shaping EQ is because some people will go by additive and subtractive EQs, but I don't really think that matters too much. And I want this initial EQ to just bring out the frequencies that I actually want to be heard and the frequencies that I really want in this vocal. After that, we compress a little bit. So I have a really fast release and I adjust the attack to my liking. I usually keep the ratio anywhere from 2 to 6. And then I just adjust the threshold depending on how hot the preamp is coming in. After that, we just got some more EQ and a little bit of some compression. So this preset was actually set for a mic that was super flat, so I was bringing up the high frequencies and the high mids a lot, and then I took out some of the low mids and the low frequencies. And then we finished with this compressor right here, the CLA76. This is one of my favorite compressors. It really gives you that loudness and just fullness in the vocal. And same thing here, I got a really fast release time and a medium attack speed. And all I'm looking for here, I'm just watching this meter and making sure it doesn't go too far. Basically past like -5 to -7 would be a little too much. And then depending on the artist, I just adjust the reverb and the delay, usually keeping the delay off because on the record track, it usually throws the artist off a little bit, but you never know. Every artist is a little bit different. Then I have my lead bus right here, which has the same exact chain. The only difference is this lead bus right here is bussed out to my vocal bus, Vox bus right here. Which the only extra thing I add here really is some more EQ to just take out some of that low end. Some more compression to really glue everything together. another compressor, and I feel like this compressor really adds some warmth and a lot more loudness to the voice. This compressor, I don't really want it doing too much. I usually keep it around -2. And finally, I finish off with a de-esser, which might be a little weird, honestly. But the reason I do this is just the way I usually mix is I prefer to add frequencies in the beginning and then take them out at the end. And usually with this finished vocal that I have, there might be some harshness that I left out. So I usually keep this de-esser just right on the end, just to trim off anything that's really pushing too hard. And realistically, this shouldn't be activating too much at all. If that confused any of you at all, go ahead and like this video. And let me know if you guys want to see a complete breakdown and like tutorial on how to actually use this in Pro Tools and like all the Waves plugins. But now we're going to go into the actual FL Studio version that I made of this, which has the stock plugin, so you could use this as well if you only have stock plugins and not the Wave suite. All right, so here it is. Super simple. I made it pretty much as easy as I possibly could. Like I said, if you want a full-blown tutorial on how to use this, let me know. And of course, there's a Waves version and a stock version for each DAW. I'm talking FL Studio, Ableton, Logic, and Pro Tools. Basically in FL, because I know most of you guys are FL users, you'll have your record track right here marked red. So this is where you're going to be recording. And what you're going to want to do is make sure you arm the track for recording, which is this button right here. And you'll know it's armed when it looks red like that. And then you'll have to set your input. So what you're going to do here is go to this selection right here and just select your input on your interface. I actually don't have it set right now. We'll just go ahead and do that real quick. So you can go into here, you select your device. We're going to be using the Scarlett 2i2. And then I would select input 1. I tried to make it as close as I could to the actual Waves version and the Pro Tools version that I have. So of course I started out with the pitcher, which is basically FL Studio's version of Auto-Tune. But anyways, first thing you would do is just set your key in here. For example, if you are in C minor, I guess it's already set in C minor, but say the key of the song is D sharp major. There you go, you're set. Yeah, the second thing we do here is just some shaping EQ. We shape the vocal how we want it. This will be different for every mic, so you're gonna want to adjust this. But I tried to make it as basic as I can that'll fit like every mic for the most part. Next here we have Maximus doing a little bit of de-essing. Just some, I believe I have it set to a split band de-esser. So it's just taking out some of that high-end frequency, any of the harshness. And next we compress that vocal a little bit. So basically what you're going to want to do here, this is going to be set to how high you have your preamp set, which I usually keep my preamp pretty low for the most part. And you're basically going to want to adjust your threshold until you hear that compressor activating. And after that compressor, we just have a little bit more of some subtractive EQ, taking out some of that muddiness. Next, we have this Fruity Parametric EQ1, just bringing up some high end in there. And then we actually finish with a sound goodizer. You're going to want to play with these presets a lot. You got A, B, C, D to pick through, and then you're going to want to adjust the amount. And then bust out, I have a reverb, the Fruity reverb, and the delay. And basically how you adjust these is you'd click on the track, for example, the record track. If you want some more reverb, you use this knob right here and you just drag it up. If you want some more delay, drag this knob up. And then next to the record track, we have the main vocal. And this is the same exact thing as your record track. So basically, once you set your record track and have everything set to how you want it to sound, what you would do is just copy those settings. And you do that by going to File, Save Mixer Track State As, and you drag it over to this one right here. And then the same thing goes just like that record track. If you want more reverb, you click on this main vocal track and just adjust how much you want. And next to that, we have your ad-lib / background vocals. And the only difference here is there's a stereo shaper to put the vocal in the stereo field a little bit more. And there's also this telephone EQ, which you can adjust to your liking, but it'll just make it sit a lot more in the background. So here, I'll show you guys how this would work. So we'll pretend someone's actually recording into this. It's just going to be a blank audio file. But you record here, go into your playlist, and then you would have to route this to Mixer Track 2, which is your main vocal. And that's pretty much exactly how I would go about engineering someone in FL Studio. But like I said, if you guys want a full-blown tutorial or like a separate DAW tutorial, like just different tutorials, let me know. I'll try and break down every possible one I can. But I was just trying to show you guys the basics of it, so I hope you guys understood that. I hope it helped, and I hope you learned. If you guys really like this in the future, I'll drop more and more presets for like specific artists. So I'll teach you guys how to sound like Little Skies or like Juice WRLD, for example. Of course, all these are available at drumify.com. But that is all I have for this video. If you guys want to see more like this, hit that like button, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at Quentin Bobbitt. But that's all I got for now. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Every day I wake up lonely. Turn these boy to snack packs, then feed them right to Scooby. Chopper shaving sideburns, fade them out like Boosie. Yeah, real main nigga, George Clooney. Yeah, entertainment, Paul Mooney. Bitch, I tell it how it is so they can't help but view it. I damn near heard this beat in black, so I can't help but lose it. I take my wins and lost the same way, keep it moving. Niggas Rudy Pooty, I'm a codeine abuser. And I don't ride Anubis, so we do trucks a lot. Don't get no fucks a lot, I fuck on sluts a lot.